If you watch my live streams at all to any extent, you'd know that I absolutely hate the Overwatch Win World Challenge system. It is the most busted feature the devs have ever added to the game. At the beginning of Overwatch 2, they added 19 heroes behind a locked win wall, where they would gradually release themselves over the span of 150 games, with each next hero being unlocked anywhere within 5 to 20 games, where wins granted double progress. And while it's a wildly accepted belief that they did this to introduce the characters of the game gradually to the newer players, and perhaps even to combat the potential rise of new Smurf accounts with the game, I just think that is... No, I don't think that was what they wanted at all. I think that's what they might have disguised it as, but overall, no. I don't believe it to be true in the slightest. I think they were preparing us for this absolute dog shit of a system in which once the seasoned hero has exited the God-forbidden battle pass, it just becomes locked behind a semi-inescapable talent wall, which is just completely draining to complete. I've never ever created a new account during the time of Overwatch 2 at all, and I've never experienced first hero challenge system, but I'm willing to bet a very, very large amount of my entire existence that there is an option in-game to purchase all the characters immediately and just completely skip it. I would also like to add that this video is being made due to a topic that has been bothering me personally. I've been requested to do a Life Weaver video for nearly 30 days now, and I don't have him unlocked on any single of my accounts at all. And this is due to the fact that I have several accounts that I record on, but that's not part of the video. It has been daunting. It forces you to play in a specific role, or just in general queue for all roles, which will still put you in a role you don't want to be in anyway. And I've seen people say that, oh, they're just giving you something to look forward to in the game. No, they're not. No, they aren't. If you truly believe in your heart that they have locked these characters behind challenge walls for your own benefit to excite you, you are the most deluded, unstable Overwatch player I have ever seen. You must enjoy inflicting pain upon yourself in ways that would make gods themselves question their own sanity, make me question my own sanity. It doesn't make any sense why you would have that outlook towards this system. That's for some reason you enjoy them putting you over your knee and just spanking you shitless, like, give me money and I'll stop. And you're like, yes, here is all my money. And then they keep on going. That's what this is. That's what they're doing. If you enjoy that, why? They locked these characters behind this wall because they hate you. They want to push your boundaries so hard that it will just make you want to pay. Just give them all your money just to get rid of this shit they've given you. It's also no mistake that these characters are unlocked in custom games, meaning that professionally orchestrated matches like the Owls or Scrims or whatever you want to call them, there is no chance that any of those players will never be able to pick their desired heroes. Why should it be different in actual competitive matches? Why should a competitive player have to load up the game and not be able to play exactly who they want to without having to play literal hours of gameplay that they don't want to have to do in the first place? You may look at this photo of the 6 locked characters and think, this isn't terrible. Every orange character is just an unlockable character. I want you to just sit and imagine something here. Imagine for a singular moment that for some reason Overwatch survives, let's say, 3 more years. Let's assume that in those 3 years they had a total of 7 heroes, and that's actually expecting too much from them. That's how much content they don't put out. There will then be a total of 14, Maga included, of heroes locked behind this win wall. 14 whole characters that you will never be able to swap to in the event of a forced meta, or if you simply just want to play a character that's directly counters someone that they're playing. In a game where they literally let you preserve ult charge to try and encourage a small amount of swapping for counterplay, they limit your options to swap to characters. This is not a feature that ever should have been in this game. It should never have been adopted to a game like Overwatch. This is simply a feature that belongs in games like Rainbow Six Siege, a game where even if the operators themselves have different abilities, overall they are all the same base character just with a gun. But in terms of Overwatch, every character is unique. They all have their own guns, abilities. There is no scenario where any of you should be accepting this one-way bomb train, especially if it's just going to be getting worse in the future. It's also worth noting that you actually have to specifically select the heroes for these challenges. They do not activate themselves, and they do not stack. You can only do one at a time. This means that they actually expect you to dedicate resources to it rather than actually naturally unlocking it over time. And of course, as everyone expected, they actually let you bypass these challenges by paying your way out of it. The most scummy but expected system they could have done. It actually punishes players who are not able to play the game as much as others, because if you don't unlock it in the battle pass, you have to do this instead. It just completely resets all progress. I believe there is a very specific system that I believe would fix this problem, but I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to be talking about it in a separate video about how I believe new Overwatch heroes should actually be handled. So look out for that one whenever I decide to get around to recording that. But yeah, that's all. Please stop with the monetization of literally everything in this game. You can put free things in just for your community, for the players who spend time on your game. If you just make everything like this, it can and will kill the game eventually. But anyway, that's all. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so that's great. We have a Discord joiner too, and that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.